Business Today, your go-to program when it comes to business and economic trends. My name is Omoshiliola Adesori Ajayi, and today we'll be exploring a critical sector with immense potential for boosting Nigeria's economy, livestock farming. Stay with us as we delve into the opportunities and challenges within the vital industry, and my guests will be here after this time. So before we begin, let's take a break. Glad to have you back. Let's begin with the introduction of livestock farming in Nigeria. It is a significant component of Nigeria's agricultural sector, contributing substantially to the GDP and providing livelihoods for millions. Just yesterday, President BALA approved the creation of a new Ministry of Livestock Development. This came as he inaugurated the renewed Hopes that Livestock Reform Implementation Committee at the State House in Abuja. Chairman of the All Progressive Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, disclosed this after he led the committee in an audience with the President at the Osrc Villa in Abuja. The committee is mandated to provide sector-focused solutions to address the age-long farmers' headers crisis, among other mandates. So, to give us an overview of the industry, we have with us today, this morning, an agriculturist and a cattle rearer, UMAR. BALA, you're welcome.
Good morning, and good morning, the listeners.
Okay, good to know that UMAR BALA is also a former, just immediate past, special assistant to the governor of Ondo State on Hausa community. So you're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, can you give us a brief overview of the current state of livestock farming in Nigeria?
Well, livestock farming is very productive ventures that creates a lot of job opportunities. Only the way we take in this part of the country, we take it very serious. People believe it's only Fulani that can rear cow, rear this or that, unlike other countries. Like if you watch very well, great countries like Britain, Argentina, even the Americas, dive too deep into this livestock farming. Even before the Green Revolution of the 100 years back, is the economy of the livestock that sustained most of these countries. And I'm very happy we'll be hammering for it for a very long time that there's supposed to be a ministry on this livestock, or whatever they give it to me. And I'm happy to the government of APC led by Tinubu that hit to it yesterday, just to boost it. We have a lot of youth that delve into agriculture, and we have a lot of youth that want to delve into this livestock. Only they looking for a conducive environment, government assistance that will enable them to go into it. It's a very good project. It's a very, very good project.
Okay, when we talk about livestock farming, does it have to do with only cattle?
Not cattle only. But that's mostly our field of specialization. That's why I take cattle to be of instance. But now other things, animals too, can go into it. Like in the north, we have cattle. Like down here, we have goat, we have pig, we have other things. All can go into it. And they make a lot of money from it. They make a lot of money from it. Like the last Eid al-Kabir Salah, you know how much it costs a ram? A little ram costs between 120, 200 so as such. So imagine if you're having 10 or 15 of rams in your garden, or your yard, rearing it, and you spend between 120 to this, you know, it's a huge amount of money that can go a long way. So it's a very good project.
Okay, I think you've probably mentioned part of the opportunities in the livestock farming. Okay, let's delve more into that. In that sector, can you please highlight, some of the major opportunities we have that livestock farming has for economic growth?
Very plenty of opportunities. Beside the meat we use for proteins, like in my area now, in my backyard now, my neighbors every day do come and dog the dog from the cow, the excreta. It's a natural manure. Most of these tomato you see people now breeding up around the axis of Akure. They come and they want to go pick the dog from the cattle and use as natural manure. It's even better than this fertilizer we're talking of. Even in the farm, I have a farm, and every time I do pick from the dog of this my cow to the farm, you can see the difference compared to the fertilizer, this thing. That is one. Then the creation of jobs. We have a lot of youths now saying no job, no job, no job. That is why at times I laugh. When I see someone say, I want to go and read banking. How many banks do we have now? How many banks are they taking people with this technology? Most of the banks now are shedding their staffs. Well, let's go into farming. Let's go into farming, either livestock or whatever time. It will help a lot. There are a lot of alternatives in livestock farming. There are a lot. Honestly speaking.
The last time I visited the abattoir in Akure, the state capital here, I think I saw some people gathering the bones of the cow.
Yes.
So are they useful as well?
There's no part of cow that is waste. There's no part of it. Some take the bones, some say they turn it into chalk. How they do it, I don't know. Some take the dog as sort of fertilizer. Some even do urine from cow. Some even do bagels at least. They need urine of cow. Then they use for social medicine, this herbal medicine or that medicine. So not any part of cow is a waste. Not any part of cow is a waste.
Okay, talking about the challenges now, you know, there's nothing that has the good part that does not have its own negative part. So let's talk about the challenges facing the sector. While the opportunities are so promising, like you have rightly mentioned, the sector is not without its own challenges. So what are these primary challenges facing livestock farmers in Nigeria?
There are a lot of challenges. First, security challenges that lead to security challenges has several dimensions that lead to crises between the farmers and the herders. Then beside that one again, security challenge in the sense of this cattle rustler. We have very few cases of them in this western part of the state, especially in Ondo State, where we have a very good security outfit like Amotekun living up to the tax. Now, unlike up north, where if you have your car one night, this rustler will just come in, pack everything, and go away with it. Then thirdly again, where to graze. It's even the major challenges. It's one of the major challenges. Unlike past 20, 30, 40 years, I can bring my cow, keep them in this way yard for the next 2-3 years, nobody will even know there's cows here. But now because of the expansion, hardly you can visit the land of 1 or 2 kilometers now without saying either a farm or a house. So that has given us a lot of problems. And that's why we keep on having clashes between the farmers and the herders. Where the graze is getting more minimal with the expansion. But we thank God to our governor that I think by creating this issue of food security. I think that's a seminar about that of food security. So part of the thing we propose is this. Like Ondo State is being blessed with large areas of reserves. It's because most of these reserves is not being occupied that the criminals have chances of entering into a proper their act. Now, nothing wrong if they now call the leaders of the cattle raiders, the funeral or whatever, okay, they'll give you some portion of land from here to here, you pay some amount of money. You understand what I'm saying? Let's give also a portion of land from here to a pay some amount of money. So with that now, deep inside the reserve now, that will save the issues of farmers, herders clash, as well as curbing the issue of kidnapping. Then, like in Ondo State, there is a law that says no underage grazing. Fine. And the little research I did is, most of the kidnappers you see that are Fulani are from between the age of 14 to 25, 30 at most. 30 at most. So now if you said we'll ban underage, they've grown up as a culture, as a tradition, rearing cows. Now they are between the age of 10, 12, 13, 14. Oh, would they be sitting with the men at home? No. But if they have their own site, gradually, one day, government can say, okay, since there are very plenty in that area, let's give them school. Just like in the past, government will have nomadic education. In nomadic education, I knew of about 3 flats that benefited heavily in Akoko South is that is sure. One is the staff of the local government, one is teaching in one of the primary schools. Not Hausa, but teaching the normal lesson there. So by the time we have a congestion, by the time you now have where they convert in that reserve, it's very easy one that they give them schools. So all these children that were still underage, when they are now in the school, no one is talking of underage again. So as they finish their primary school, they graduate to another school again. So that's some of the challenges we are facing. But mostly the way to Greece that will not enter somebody's farm. It's not an issue too.
Okay, like what you just said now, it is the belief of so many people in this part of the world that those in that sector, in livestock sector, they have done more harm than good. How will you react to this?
Yes, it depends on the direction and perspective you are looking at it. But generally, like I said, I will believe with you not to some extent. The extent is that hardly you carry cow out without entering somebody's farm. Because like I said, you can't canvass a space of 500 meters without seeing a farm. So it's very difficult. But now we'll be yearning for a very long time for this ministry. Now the ministry comes. Then everyone will now become with his ideas how to do it. All these great countries pass through the problem we're not facing. Like I said, before the Green Revolution in Argentina, they had this type of problems. Before people go about rearing cows, they started having problems with the two farmers there. When the other come, okay, let's make a settlement for them. Things started getting better. It's only to our own advantage. The cows I come in my compound is more bigger than the one that goes about. Because I fed in the morning, fed in the afternoon, fed in the evening. Because I do very little. With that plate, I cannot do that. Even in the making, to tap, you get a very fine milk from them than the one that goes about. So by the time we are paying for settlement. By the time we have a settlement where we will settle our people, then that's all. It's very easy. They settle then you now know, okay, though there are some fears in some quarters that when you have a Ruga, like when President Buhari proposed Ruga settlement, they say they want to take over our land, tomorrow they will become Sedki, tomorrow they will do that one. Why? Because there's no trust now. From the issue of the civil law of 1966, the June 12 issues make us want to believe in ourselves again. But our fathers then, the great Awolowo has an insight of first that things like this will happen. That is why they were creating some series then as a settlement. Where we have this Babalola University happens to be one of the settlement then created by the federal government for rural settlement. We have someone to those in Akunu, yes, around Akunu, Karam, Asis. While with across, even if you look at the map of Nigeria, there's a date line from Sokoto or from North General that move towards to the coast, which is Lagos. Because then we do move our car not with vehicles to Lagos and sell. So they created a line. You will not find me, you will not find me. You leave that line for cow to pass. So these are the last one that we will soon have this expansion problem. And they really try to curb it. But now because of there's no trust. If I say now they should give us, the last time during the late governor, this thing that's a program we did that organized by this man in charge of agriculture and those sorts of assembly. Okay. Metro, so if I can remember that one. We're all there with some of the distinguished traditional rulers about this settlement. They say no, they cannot give their land out for settlement. So now that they cannot give, we are now begging the government, let's make use of the reserves.
Okay.
We have a very vast land of reserve that share borders with Edo. If you enter from here, from Akoko or Seoba, you share borders with Ekiti. If you enter from Ogbese, you share borders to very large parts of land. So if they can just give us some small where farmers are not utilizing it, then let's give to the Fulanis. So I think it can help us along with these issues.
Okay, if you're just joining us, the program is Business Today, and today we are looking at boosting Nigeria's economy through livestock farming, and we're also exploring the opportunities and challenges. My guest has been an agriculturist and a cattle rearer, UMAR BALA.
Yes,
All right, we take a short break now. When we come back, the program continues. Please don't go away. Glad to have you back. We are talking about boosting Nigeria's economy through livestock farming, and we're exploring the opportunities and challenges therein. So let's talk about government policies and initiatives at promoting livestock sector. Just yesterday, President BALA signed the creation of Ministry of Livestock Development. In what area do you think this move will help the sector?
It will go a long way. Now, first of all, the Mighty Allah, you can see quickly Mighty Allah comes out today to agree and to greet Mr. Agoya, the president of that yesterday, and the recommendation. It's a very good thing in the sense that now you have where you run to. You have a minister now overseeing your affairs. Unlike before, which ministry will you go to? Is it that of Agri? Is it that of Natural Resources? No. There's a ministry now solemnly on this issue. And it's what we'll be saying for a very long time. Let's have this ministry. Anytime we have me carry that, I'm representing the state level and the national level. Anytime we have the ministry, we'll give it to Mr. Bari that time. Let's have this ministry so that we can now sit down. People will understand our problems. It's not all the cattle rearers that are bad. No. We're not out of 10 that must be a bad person, but no. How do we go about it? People now come with suggestions. We'll see how it's been done in neighboring countries, like Burkina Faso, that had a very light days of cow, even like South Africa, that's very far away from us. How did they do this? How do they overcome this problem? Now suggestions will come. The federal government will look into it, and where they will assist, they will assist. But I still know that we'll still come back to this settlement of an settlement issue. I think it will go a long way. Because we are not in an advanced stage. In most of this country, you don't see cow rearing, grazing up and down again. No. Everywhere they will just go, they will just go. And you have a better thing from them. You have a better. If you see cow that come in from countries like Burkina Faso, through Egypt and Nigeria, you find them very hefty. Because don't go about grazing like the way we do here. It will help a lot too. It's a very welcome development.
Okay, apart from boosting the nation's economy, the move is also to curb or prevent further clashes between herders and farmers. Do you see this as a way? Do you see it as a way out, or do you really think it will help?
It will go a long way to help. Not an issue of clash between the farmers and whatever. Even the issue of security, kidnapping, whatever. It will have to go to the lowest end.
How realistic is that?
Yeah, let me tell you. You see, most of these kidnappers hide under the guise that we are Fulani cattle rearers. That is why they go about. But when a program now comes, that people don't longer go about grazing. If you say any Fulani man will stay working along this way as you question, we have no business in this street. But if you send anybody now pass, will tell you, no, I have my cow in the Jare. You can't prevent it from going to Jare. I don't the line before get to Jare, perpetrate some crimes. So it's what will be done for a very long time. And most of these criminals are not from Nigeria. So one of the know that there's a policy on ground that prevent their freedom of movement. You go back to where they come from. It's only in Nigeria you just go about freely doing anything freely like that. It will go along to help. Then two, when there's a place where you won't go about grazing, or even if you go about grazing, there's conditions attached to it, then definitely it will reduce the issue of farmers that has clash. What brings the crisis? Because you enter my farm, and we know how things is very costly now. You enter my farm, you chop my cassava, then there's going to be clashes. When you don't enter your farm, that will not be. Before the show of this expansion, we are friends now with the farmers. You were going about when I was very young, going about, farmer will call you, hey, come take yam. go and roast, or a roasted yam take, go and eat. If you want water, go there, you get water. But now there's something like that again. And we've come to a stage where if you say any Fulani man now, you say a bad man. When Fulani say any farmer in the bush, it times to be bad. But gradually, with the creation of this ministry, and perhaps other governments and other state governors too will imitate by creating today their own various states to reduce this to the minimum spec.
Okay, what you're saying now that the policy should also be domesticated.
Yes.
Oh, okay, let's talk about the impact of climate change because of our time on this program. What impact does climate change has on livestock farming in this part of the world?
It really affected it really affected the livestock very well. We're only very lucky in this part of the country, especially in the southwest. But if you go up north, countries, state that bear borders with like Niger, Chad, to be precise, you know, you really see the damage being done by it. Really heavy damage being done by it. You pity even because of these animals. Even men, even human beings. I know places in the north that you travel more than 3-4 kilometers just to get little water to drink. You'll be sharing water with cow. You'll be sharing water with cow. It really causes a lot of damages.
Okay, before we wrap up on the program, let's look at the future of livestock farming in Nigeria and what can be done to harness the full potential of the sector.
The future is getting brighter day by day, in the sense that people are not taking mostly as a business. People are taking it as a way of surviving, as a means of survival. Unlike some previous years, where if you talk about cow, they say it's outside business. Now you find Yoruba doing the business as well. If you talk about tomato, they say it's not business. Now you find everybody putting on tomato at the back end of his house and really helping us. So the future is very, very bright. So if we can have some encouragement from the government policies to go a long way.
Okay, you talk about nomadic education, but I want to say that will be a topic for another time. Thank you very much, Mr. UMAR. BALA.
Thank you very much. You are welcome.
Okay, we thank you so much for your valuable contribution on the program today. Livestock farming indeed holds great promise for boosting Nigeria's economy, but it requires collective effort to overcome the hurdles. And that's the size of the show today. Thank you so much for being part of today's edition. My name is Omoshiliola Adesoya Ajayi. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.